for people who are disabled to apply, those that are in business and get it. For those that were veterans, the military veterans, we are again having a scheme looking at them to say, you've fought for the country, you've done this and that, you've learned some expertise, you can plow back and also make profit. Therefore, apply, it also goes up to 15 million rands. The Township and Rural Enterprise Program, what is known as TREP, it used to be a cap of 350,000. We have increased it to 1 million rands because we are saying businesses in township and villages shouldn't just be kept at 350,000, just saloon operating and chisanyama. We want to make sure that if you're running a saloon, you can also make products. I'm looking at the ladies here. They are beautiful with weaves, colored hair, makeup. If I were to ask who are you supporting on those? You're supporting people from London and everywhere. So we are saying these things that we use on a daily basis, let's get to be assisted in terms of developing business support on their side so that we can manufacture these products. The colognes that men use, the roll-ons and all of that, because everyone buys those. It's easy market. You don't have to go to a tender if you do those. But all we will do is to say, if it requires approvals in terms of the laboratory and all of that, CEDA must help you work on those things and pay for whatever that they must pay for so that you can be able to participate in the economy. All of these are found in the townships. The people that need solar, the people that need whatever, if it's electricity, the people that need Wi-Fi, in the urban areas, they already have. The roads that need to be built are in the townships and rural areas. The schools that we're complaining about in terms of poor infrastructure, they're in the townships and rural areas. Therefore, if we are not empowering small businesses in those areas, it means somebody must come and take money. All they have to do is to be happy because they can drive in a good road. But we are saying SMMEs, we are growing up in villages. There's lots of men who are building our homes in those villages. And when now a school must be built, we want this and that. But they've been building for so many years, including schools that were built by communities that are still standing. So we said, we're going to forge a partnership with Minister Andrew Mutsecha and Minister Nzimande to make sure that if it's about credits that they must get, there's what is called RPL, the recognition of prior learning. So those that are artisans, at least if it's about them getting certificate, let them be recognized and get certificate so that they can build those schools. It is very sad, MEC, that a school is built and then people must come all the way from somewhere with material and everything, but they use these builders here to build the school. But they're not good enough to get that money directly. So these are the things that we're saying. If we are to change how things are in terms of addressing the growth of the economy and the unemployment, we've got to recognize where people are at. That requires all of us to work together. We are undercapacitated as the table. Usisi said so. Yeah, Tina, we are public representatives there. We have officials, many of them, that must go and do this work. But as part of our responsibility on policy making, we ought to engage so that we can provide that strategic and policy leadership, and they go and implement. So don't judge it by us to say these ones are more than us. Now we're just going to make the policy. That's why we are saying it's important that we engage with you so that all of us can hear these things. When the mayor goes and what do you call it? The bylaws, they must know what is the impact of the bylaw that excludes our people. And we also come on board and do that. We will be working with all associations, as I said, as long as they are organized. We will increase on communication. I've already said that. Sorry, I'm checking because they had tried to translate for me and send certain things. I don't want people who are saying their issues will not be addressed. There's Ubuti who requested that there should be also road shows for agriculture, things like flea market. Actually, one of the things that we are working on as part of infrastructure support for small businesses is to also to create a market wherein you can have your markets over the weekend where you sell products of small businesses. An SMME zone, just like Chinatown, I like making an example, because the Chinese are all organized, they're selling everything. So we want to have areas like that in the different municipalities wherein we can know this week is SMME, whatever, and people, they go and buy from SMMEs, which means you will be competing amongst yourselves on quality of what you provide. So that we are supporting, and we are partnering with all the relevant departments in relation to what they do. We are offering support towards informal traders, which goes to 10,000 rands, as I said, from the department. Informal traders, laba bathengisa ama-caravan, potatoes, and in the salons and other things. So we do offer a support of 10,000 rands. That's the department. SIFA offers 3,000 for stock. So for now, if you apply for both, you are looking at getting 13,000 rands. Not as in we give you, we buy for you, but SIFA will give you a voucher to go and buy stock if you need stock. Because there's no need for us to buy a sewing machine and then you won't have material. So we're looking at doing that. We are hopeful that National Treasury will hear our call and try to increase the money, because we would love to do better than that. There are people who did not get the COVID-19 grants. SIDA and SIFA were here to follow up on the reasons. We said they must go to the desks. Why there was no advert for SMME to do procurements for the event? There was a question, go to where here, there was no advert. Hashem, SIFA will respond to those. Minister. I don't deal with adverts for tender and procurement. So I think it's SIFA that is hosting us today, right? So SIFA, but they work like any other way that they get a database. They work with a municipality, and then they get quotations and then do the procurement. That's what they tell us, because we have emphasized that we do not want to come to a particular municipality and then you get a service provider from another area. If we're in an area, make sure that the service providers are coming from the same area. That's why when I asked how many of you have benefited and none of you, I'm looking at them with the master account, where are the people that they've contracted for this event if they can't attend it? Ladies and gentlemen, it would be nice to stay with you, but we've heard all the concerns that you are raising. The associations and others that are invited for tomorrow dialogue, they must then join us in Pulukwane so that they can engage with the big businesses. But we will be providing feedback in terms of the things that we have raised. Where it is not our responsibility, we share the information with the mother departments in order to make sure that's addressed. I know Udada Webohol, Umeya is going to attend to that, to the water that was cut, and therefore, taking him out of business. That will be attended to, because we can't afford to take people out of business. Ours is to create a conducive environment and support where we must support. That's our responsibility, all of us. As I say that, the ANC government loves you so much. Thank you.
Another round of applause. Wow. 80 service centers. You must take advantage of that. Kasipedi bare ga ntse boloko ka moka le yang kwishisha ga botsore ke ra gore. So thanks the MEC and the minister, the custodian of small business development. They have leveled the ground. You ventilated, now you are calm. They have leveled the ground. You are to make your ideas to be in motion. It's up to you now. Bare mafato a khale ke ge o sa le go sasa. An earliest bird catches the fattest worm. Ba bua bare go dia ga tshweni ko adima morago. Procrastination is the thief of time. It's up to you now. Ore teba di bulletin re di tšea re di iša kae. Ba tlile go tšwa mo rena. There was a boy, little Johnny. The teacher said to little Johnny, stand up. Little Johnny was refusing. She repeat again, Little Johnny, stand up. She stood up. He stood up and he said, although I am standing, but my heart is still sitting. It's up to you to stand up. Before the executive mayor, I am just going to make some announcement so that when the executive mayor render the items of closure and vote of thanks, we know what is going to happen after this first session. The second session is going to continue before lunch, where the Honorable Minister of the Department of Small Business Development will be handing some equipment. But it's our humble plea to the following people to go outside. They will prepare them accordingly. Caroline Motsega, is she here? Cynthia Tubakale, Mr. Keifas Koza, Eric Brick Kumalo, but it's Komuzo Mamatlape. Immediately after the minister have rendered this item of handing over, the session of networking exhibition will continue after lunch, but the one for the minister to render items, it will be done immediately after the first session is closed, before lunch. Our SMEs, lunch is going to be served in front of the hall. And then political office bearers and management, they know where they have their briefing session is where lunch is going to be served. Now, I'm going to call upon Her Worship, the Executive Mayor of Waterberg District Municipality, Councillor Maurice Shimane Matabua, to render the item of vote of thanks and closure. Can you clap?
Thank you very much, program facilitators, Honorable Minister, Honorable MEC, mayors present here, SMMEs representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Tovela, good afternoon. Let me also take this opportunity to thank all of you for creating time out of your hectic schedule to come and be part of this important session. Many thanks to the Office of the Minister for selecting Waterberg to host this important event. Let me also thank the MEC of Economic Development for the support and the good work that he's doing in the province and particularly also in this district. This was a platform for deliberation and engagement in an endeavor to transform small business sector. And we are hopeful that with the information gathered out of this session is going to help the small business to develop or to grow. Let me also thank the organizers of this event for putting everything together in making sure that this event becomes a success. Words of appreciation to all of you who responded positively to the invitation of the minister to come and attend this important gathering. Lastly, let me thank the the program facilitators for running this program with brilliancy and excellency up until to the conclusion of this program. Let's drive safely back home and let's observe COVID-19 protocol. Thank you very much.
Thanks, the Executive Mayor. O na le karata mo ya credit card in which en Monyela. Monyelo, okay. Allow me to say it was not easy to direct this program. Then you can witness it. There were a lot of emotions. People were ventilating. But at last, we arrived to our destination. And I'd like to thank you for that. I'm going to request you to observe protocol. The minister, the MEC, and the executive mayor and their entourage will be leaving the hall to the stalls where they are going to, the minister is going to render the item of handing over of equipment. As they are working out, please remain seated. Lunch, it will be served after the minister and the entourage have left these premises to the Waterberg district municipalities premises. Can we please remain seated until, observe protocol until our leadership vacate the hall?